This is Hannibal here. I must warn you, the vocabulary in this broadcast might get a little graphic. I'm not going to put the actual Vince McMahon alleged text messages to Janelle Grant up because I don't know the YouTube rules about that. And I noticed some of the news sources that put them up blacked out certain things. So I'm just going to read them and not say some of the words. But there's been a bunch of text messages that have come out in the filing of this situation with Vince McMahon. And I'm not laughing at it. I'm just laughing at Vince. If this is really from Vince, uh, I've never met anyone with with a mind quite like this. So this is section 138 of the documents. I'll quote this text message. Quote, I love it. That's you, Janelle. You just can't get enough, can you? In the future, it's going to be so bad that you'll demand to be effed twice a day and not just blank in a three-way, not just with blank in a three-way. Why not let others see your beautiful, voluptuous body and watch you shake uncontrollably when I'll use the word orgasm. He used a different word. They'll go out of their minds. Then I'll find more friends and we'll tie you up so you're helpless. I'll direct them to have their way any way they want. Who can make you scream the loudest? Maybe I'll just line them up and have them blank in your mouth. Your sexual organ, I'll use the word all over your tits and butt, all at the same time. You'll be covered in blank and we'll make you eat it. All the tastes, everybody's blank. The next morning, you'll be a little sore, but you're still going to want more after all that blanking over and over. Okay, so that's the first text message. I would hope he's at least drunk during this. Here's the second one, 142. I don't see the picture. Who knows if these pictures are going to come out? But here it goes. Quote, regarding your last picture. This is obviously regarding, I guess, a picture she sent. Back to the message. You need your panties ripped off and three, I'll just say BBCs, all in three blanks at the same time. These get really bad. These get really, really bad. I would venture to say anyone that's questioned if Vince has homosexual tendencies, this certainly sounds like he probably does. I don't even know if I want to read the rest of this one. This one is just I'm not going to read it. I don't even want to read it. That's 142. It gets more it gets more graphic. And then 147, there's a couple more that they seem a little less raunchy than the last one, which again, you guys can find these easy enough. If you search up Vince McMahon leaked text messages. So for 147, he says, quote, I just passed my phone around to a bunch of guys in the tech crew. So I'll just stop here for a second. If he's passing it around to people in the tech crew, you would imagine that I wonder if who was that guy that just retired too? That long time guy that retired, the director, and I can't remember his name. Hold on, I'm gonna look it up now. I forget his name, but he just retired. And of course, the lawyer just retired too. Jerry McDivitt also retired. I wonder if all these guys retire knowing that all this stuff is coming out. Jerry McDivitt also just retired. But okay, so let's go back to this. I'll start back again with this message. Vince McMahon allegedly saying, quote, I passed my phone around to a bunch of guys in the tech crew. They were screaming, oh my God, she's effing beautiful. Look at that ass. I'd like to get that. I paused to count out loud how many guys there were. 12. I then said, okay, there's 12 of you, and she would love to blank each and every one at one time. Okay, so I'm not even to go into all of these because again, I'll keep this family friendly, but you get the gist of them. You definitely get the gist of it all. But if he is legitimately showing pictures of her to tech crew members and stuff, it's definitely people knew. You would assume people would know about it. Kevin Dunn is the WWE executive that retired in December. Sorry, my mind went blank there. But maybe he knew all this was coming. And it doesn't look like the Rock against Roman Reigns is happening. It doesn't look, it was supposed to be, I guess, Brock Lesnar against Dominic Mysterio in Australia. I'm sure the Australian fans will be upset about that. Um, um, and I'm not taking anything away from her complaint, but it seems I'm just saying for the WWE fans overall, I've heard the Royal Rumble was not that good. This upcoming Elimination Chamber Australia show, it loses a lot of the build with all this news coming. Although Triple H did say in the post Royal Rumble press conference, it's been an awesome week for WWE. Oh, somebody making a joke about Vince McMahon. The text message saying, "I just woke up in a coma from being punched by Hands of Stone Ronnie Garvin." And again, I don't. This is too graphic for me. I'm not into that. And thinking of a 78-year-old writing that type of stuff. I mean, this whole case should have been handled better. The cream team wins. This whole thing just gives credibility to all that Pat Patterson crap from before. I have to say. Hello, Alfred. It's definitely heavy triple X. That's why, first of all, I don't want to read it because it's not something that I even want to read. I'm not into any of that, and I don't even want to think about some of that stuff. We all know Vince has liked to have his employees like William Regal kiss his ass. I think Shawn Michaels did it. There was a whole Kiss My Ass Club. JR did it. I mean, I'm sure there's both sides to the story. There's definitely both sides to the story, but they're definitely going to be settling this. I'd be shocked if if Vince McMahon does not settle this. I mean, this is really really bad for WWE the longer this drags out. You've read these messages. I mean, this is bizarre. Bizarre stuff. But you guys can read them all yourself. I don't know if the pictures have been leaked. I was saying the text messages that I read at the start were leaked. And these are these messages. There were pictures mentioned in them that she had allegedly been sending pictures, which I guess he was showing to everyone. She had accepted a lot of gifts. There was $1 million of 3 million given. Apparently, some sort of health insurance thing was also given, but Vince McMahon didn't keep his end of the bargain, I guess. And I don't know. All I know is honestly, from what I understand, and I've seen various lawyers talking about this, for the people that say Vince is going to jail, there's no criminal charges being pressed against Vince. It looks like he'll probably have to pay several million to quiet this up, but that, and he's going to have to lay low just like he did before. But I don't believe he's going to jail because there doesn't seem to be any criminal charges being brought against him. Um, Anyways, just that stuff is gross. Some of those text messages stuff, and someone said before you can't make some of that stuff up. I mean, everyone has their fetishes, but he obviously seems to like, from reading that, you would assume that he seems to like women getting gang banged and stuff, and him being involved in that, and the whole story of him taking a crap on her allegedly, then making Johnny Ace have sex with her while she still had Vince's crap on him. That's like, you've got to think that's got to be embarrassing for Triple H, Stephanie McMahon. I would say this would have a public opinion. This would have a public effect on WWE as a company. I would say that. I would say they're going to want to close this, no matter, like, they could go to court on this. And again, some of this is her version. If we'll believe it 100%. If he brings arguments, I don't think any of this is going to want to be aired out. It's not worth arguing. It's better to just put it to bed. Um, in my opinion, if I was the owner of those companies. As far as Billy Jack Haynes, he's actually going to do an interview with me this week. He is aware of this. Billy Jack Haynes, you know what? I may not have believed it as much before, but Billy Jack Haynes claimed he was gang banged by a bunch of people involved with WWE. So back in the 80s, it's a whole different company now. Yeah, I think the issue with her signing the NDA is he didn't pay the remaining 2 million. So that's the thing. If you don't pay the full amount, um, you can talk about it, I guess. I'm no legal expert, but it appears he definitely should pay. It appears the 2 million he didn't pay would definitely have been worth paying for all this to come out. Yeah, it looks like the shoot interview with Billy Jack Haynes does compare with all this coming out. It definitely lends credibility. Yeah, that's the whole issue with the NDA. Daniel's right. So yeah, I definitely was pretty shocked reading those texts, which I was reading for the first time with you guys on the air and didn't want to finish reading. But you can look them up to yourselves. Have a great night.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and click the subscribe button to not miss any of our latest shoot interviews, match videos,